YouTube, what's happening? It is Sunday, November 23rd, and we're talking college hoops first today. We have a bunch of games starting at 1 Eastern. That's why this is the first video. We'll do NBA and NHL after this. So we're going to break these down. As you see, 42 different games of D1 v D1 spreadsheets. We're going to see if we can find some value out there. Let's take a look at yesterday. We had a positive day, 5-4 on the day overall. You can see the ones we got wrong. Harvard, Dayton, OK State were all losses because they didn't cover at all. Central Michigan plus 24 was beautiful. They only lost by like 17 or something like that, or 15. It was close. The last bottom group went nicely too. They all did their jobs great. So Iona over Wichita and Richmond, all green as well. So I do believe that. I checked it at like 2 a.m. So I hope that's right. So I think that's good. Either way, it was great. It was fun. It could have been better. It could have been worse overall. So if you want the plays typed out for every single sport, or you just want, access to the spreadsheet so you can do your own research, or you just want to come join the chat and chat it up into the other members, me and a couple hundred other people, all you got to do is go check out the site. The new site is betterred.com. I actually create a site because that's where the spreadsheets are hosted. You can go check that out, sign up. It's simple as that, easy peasy. So, oh, there it is right there. Cool. So, enough of that. We're not going to waste time. We got 42 games. Let's get to the first one right now. Okay, so the way we're going to do this is like we always do. Since it's 42, we can probably go through it really quickly. Let's go to the spreadsheets. Now, days when there's like 100 plus games, which is going to be here in a couple of weeks once we get to really into the conference play of the season, there's going to be 120, 30 games on Saturdays. I can't be doing all that. So you're going to want to be a spreadsheet member if you want to see every single sheet because I can't roll through them all. Today, we got 42. I can do that, no problem. So let's start with the first one. It was Georgia Clemson. If this was football, it'd be, well, still be kind of boring this year, but usually it's crazy. But now, let's see, neither team's ranked 5-1, 6-0. They've both been playing. Yeah, they're the same team. They both really can't shoot threes. They both kind of defend. Georgia's good. Yeah, it's just, I mean, they're both too good. I mean, what are we doing here? The game is in Charleston, South Carolina. We see is Clemson by 2.5, so they obviously should have the fans there, but Georgia's fairly close as well, so I'm not messing with that. There's no clear advantage here. That's what we do here. If there's no clear advantage, we don't play these things. So moving on. Great game, probably. I'll find out later. So moving on to Alabama State versus SIUE. Actually, let me real quick while we just chat for a second. Let me go ahead and make my group of tens because I like how it flows when I do that. So we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So these will come down. Make me a nice little group real quick. I can get rid of those. Bang. Cool. So now I know my first 10. So Alabama State, SIU is next. Currently, SIU, Edwardsville, that's who they are, is not good on offense. You can see that. Their offensive skills are lacking at best. Alabama State's fast. They move, they go quick. They like to score. That's what they do. So you can see the numbers there. Alabama State, it is in Colorado Springs. So this is neutral. Alabama State's a 3.5-point dog. They are fast. I like teams that can score, that move quick. I like that. Against an offense that can't score, I always prefer offense versus no offense. If you can score, you can always be in a game, no matter what sport it is. If you can score, no matter how bad your defense is, which their defense is kind of, their defense is looking good, but I want to take Alabama State 3.5. I'm just feeling it for some reason. So we're gonna go Alabama State plus 3.5. Really anybody can win this game, and it's like I like the team that goes fast. Give me fast pace. Usually this team can make the slow team. Hell, they might make them out of shape, out of breath. All of a sudden, you got to go to the bench more. See, little things like that. So, moving on, we're going to Miami of Ohio at Arkansas. My God, what the hell's wrong with you, Pine Bluff? 0-7. Oh, not good. Miami of Ohio by 30. It got to be something high. 22.5. Do we do? Do we do 22.5? That's the question because my God, that is a lot. Well, they're winning their games by damn near 30 in the last 5. They only played 4 games, but you see, I mean, no matter where you play, you're just bad. Yeah, this is like man, MOH, Miami of Ohio, minus 22.5. It's like you got to take this. They're losing their games by 30. They're winning their games by 30. Okay, that's a 60-point difference. You can tell me they should win by 23 points over I'm going to go ahead and say one of the bottom 3 teams in the country. I'm just going to go ahead and say it because you're red everywhere. You're slightly orange in here, but then you're really fast. You're really quick at being bad. That's crazy. Slow down a little bit. Just pump the brakes. Maybe you won't be so bad. Canisius versus Binghamton. Nothing stands out here, so we're going to pass on that. Miami, is that Miami of Florida? Is it the U? It is the U. It's in Coral Gables. So against Delaware State, which typically last year was one of the worst teams in the country. They have a couple bright spots. Looks like their defense is okay. They can't score with a damn. So that's nothing new. Miami of Ohio 36.5 though. Nah, y'all can have that one. North Florida. North Florida versus Prairie View. Prairie View's not good as well. North Florida is really good defending that three. Prairie View's good at defending the three too. They just defend themselves. 356. How do you have a bottom 10 2-point defense? I don't know. I can't I can't bet on this. So that's a no. That's a no for me, dog. How has Prairie View won 2 games? Questions I have. I have questions. You're playing them D2 teams and you struggled apparently, but you still won. That's what it looks like to me. South Dakota versus South Carolina State. This is in Vermilion, South Dakota. So home game essentially, or is a home game. They can score. They are quick. They're quick as well, but they're quick and bad. Like you're the worst team shooting twos in the country. How are you the worst? 35%? 35%? You can't make layups? Bro, the hell out of here. South Dakota by how much? Give me South Dakota. You can't. No, no, no. I don't care how bad your defense. 35%? 365 is literally the number. 365 is how the bottom of the barrel. There's only 365 teams at D1 this year. You're the last team. That ain't good. South Dakota by 12.5. Yeah, I'll take South Dakota 12.5. You can't score. You can't score. And you've had 5 games to tell the world, hey, we can't score. So STAK, South Dak minus 12.5. South Dakota Coyotes. Yep, South Dakota Coyotes. Yep, that's right. 12.5. Yeah, because they're not that good either, but they're fat. They can actually score. They can shoot threes. I'm okay with that. So let's move. We got a couple more. We got Drexel up next versus Old Dominion. You squint a little bit, you can tell Old Dominion's a little bit better in certain areas, especially that 42 defense versus a bottom 6 team score 41%. Now you're going to get some real good defense. So this is Old Dominion. This is absolute Old Dominion. So this is what I like. The sheets have came to life because you can see now how these teams act within the last 5, 6 games. They're starting to show what they do. This is why we do what we do. It's good stuff. It works out nicely. When they play within their averages, obviously. They have to play within their averages or it doesn't work. If they're way above or way below, like they just have a terrible game, it's going to mess with the averages. It's average because you do it often. So, Old Dominion, where the hell are you at? Are you on here? You gotta be on here somewhere. Come on now. There they are. Plus 3.5 for a team that can't shoot. Yeah, give me Old Dominion. I'll take Old Dominion. Yeah. ODU plus 3.5. And this game is in Philly. So, I mean, you can't shoot twos. It's been 6 games. Like last 5, you're shooting 45 on the season, but lately you're shooting even worse. And you haven't played 6 top 10 teams. So, no, let's keep going. Hey, we got a road game. We got Oklahoma up next. Sooners, boomer. Alcorn State, 0-6. That's not good. That ain't going to get the job done, guys. What are you doing? You're playing nothing good. This is Oklahoma by 30, probably. Probably. Let's see. Oklahoma 30.5. Look at that. I ain't touching it. That was a pure guess, too. Yeah. Georgia Tech. Georgia Tech versus West Georgia. West Georgia, the #1 3-point shooting team in the country. If I gave you 300 guesses, would you have ever guessed that? How many of you didn't know West Georgia was a school until just now? Yeah, exactly. But Georgia Tech's going to shut that shit down. You can tell. So I'm still not messing with this. This is going to be a big ass spread. So yeah, let's move on to the next group. Okay, so first group of 10, we made 4 plays. Not bad, not bad. A couple small, hey, a couple get the juices flowing for the day. Good stuff. Let me go ahead and group these up and delete the other ones we're not using. Boop, off my spreadsheet. Because the way I do it is I put the plays on a spreadsheet, and then while YouTube's processing, I make the bets. That's how it works. So I do it for every video because it takes YouTube like 10, 15 minutes to process everything because it's slow. So that's why. And BM members are good. You get the spreadsheet, you get all the plays a half hour before the video goes up. So it's kind of nice. Moving on to the second group, which is going to be these 10. Yes, it is. Let me just go ahead and do that. And what's the last one? This one? Yep, that one. That one. Boom. Okay, so next was going to be Central Arkansas. Central Arkansas versus Eastern Washington. You can see the numbers there. Everything stands. That's a lot of Thanksgiving on the table right there. I don't want none of that. Cal State Fullerton is a home game already for Fullerton. Early game for them. Fullerton right there. Northern Colorado actually looks good. You see a lot of green, a lot of yellows, a lot of reds here. 29 v 313. That's a big damn difference. 62% shooting from 2, which is what the top teams do. Allowing 56%. Northern Colorado is going to score at will, basically. And they're 4-1. They look good. Northern Colorado, you were favored by 10.5. It is in Portland, Oregon. And this is Cal State Fullerton, so this is a neutral site. So clearly, I'm going NoCo, uh, or in, yeah, NoCo. I'm going to NoCo minus, is it 10? 10.5? I'll trust them by 10.5. I'm cool with that because mainly they shoot so well from two. They defend the three. They can make threes. Fullerton can't defend nothing. So sorry, I can't mess with that. We're going Maine versus Brown. The one thing you're good at, Brown, Maine is top 4 in the country at shutting down. And then vice versa, nothing's good. There's nothing else good. Maine's 0-5. Damn. What a game. What a game. Columbia's up next versus Longwood. I Yeah, there's nothing there. There's just nothing there for that one. Butler, Butler, right there, Butler. Virginia's playing their first road game. Now, this game is in White Sulphur Springs, which we've seen several games happen here. So neutral site, Virginia leaving the home building for once. That's crazy. You can't trust a team who hasn't played away from their home yet. So we're gonna just leave that there. What is the spread of this one? I'm actually curious. Butler, Butler. 7.5 for Virginia. They're listed as the home team, even though I have them as the away team because they're both neutral. It doesn't matter. So, yeah, no, have fun with that one. Pass. Let's see. We're going on to Delaware next. Delaware, right there. Delaware is not good at all, except for defending some twos, maybe shooting threes. Southern Illinois is really good at inside. They're really good in the paint. That means their bigs are good at their job. Offense rating, defense rating. This is Southern Illinois all damn day. So Illinois, Southern Illinois, 7.5. I'll take SIU 7.5. Absolutely, we'll trust that. We'll trust the numbers. SIU minus 7.5. If the numbers do their job, if everybody shows up and does what they're supposed to do, yeah, Southern Illinois wins probably easily. So Monmouth is up next against Robert Bobby Morris. Nothing's really standing out. They're good. Their best thing, they shut down, and they are good at nothing else. So no, I'm good there. Western Michigan versus Mount St. Mary's. Yeah, nothing. They don't do anything good offensively. The only thing they do is kind of canceled out. They should have some success, but not. I'm not taking that. There's nothing. No, I want clear cut. You see what the clear cuts are. 14 beat that. What the hell's wrong with Xavier? They cannot score. I don't know. I don't get it. How are you so bad at shooting? They're both tied at 87 from three. They both have average defenses. I don't want nothing to do with this. West Virginia can't score at all from two. They both suck from two. Let's keep it real. If you can't shoot 50% from two inside the arc in college, you suck. Simple story. I can't make it even easier. You should be able to make layups, my dude. Why can't you make a layup? I can't. I just can't. Just can't. Can't do it. You want to see a team that knows how to make layups? This team knows how to make layups and dunks and middies and jumpers and threes. They do it all. It'd be Duke. Howard is going to be a dog by like 30, 43.5. Yeah, Duke. Look, can I go ahead and pencil Duke in for a title? Can I just go ahead and pencil him in the Final Four? Can I bet on that? I hate betting futures because your money's tied up all the way till damn March. Or hell, really April for Final Four. So it is November. It's 6 months from now. But yeah, go ahead and pencil Duke in the way they've been playing. Yeah, nasty. I ain't taking it. Let's go to the next group. Okay, I already recorded this whole section and it didn't record. So guess what? We're gonna do it again. And we're gonna go quick because I'm gonna tell you what I didn't take. ETSU Monroe, didn't take anything here. You can take that. Moving on. Portland was next. Portland St. Thomas, looks like a high school. Didn't take anything here. Wyoming and Norfolk, we can look at that one. You can see the numbers there. Nothing really stood out. Maybe some defense, but not good enough really. Southern Miss versus UT Martin. A lot of green, a lot of yellow, but the only thing that stood out was just 3-point stuff, but that wasn't enough for me to really worry about it. It's in Pensacola too, so I don't know. I didn't really love that one. Northwestern and Furman, so we got Northwestern here. South Carolina first road game. Yeah, I know it's neutral site because it's in West Virginia, but still, first time away from home. I got to see how you play at least one time, so can't rock with that. Furman against Queens, it's just kind of nasty. There's nothing really standing out. Furman can hit some twos, they can hit threes, but there's nothing really clear cut either way. So no. We got the Air Force against IU Indy, who is the fastest team in the country. Only problem is they are terrible defensively and they're terrible offensively and they're slow. So nothing there. Lastly, we got Pitts against Quinnipiac. You can see that. Again, nothing stood out in this one. Crazy, even though it's only Pitt. And then lastly, we had Coastal against Illinois State. I considered Coastal for a second. You see the defensive numbers. They can shoot threes. Everything looks good. They played 4 road games to consider numbers. Only problem on the road, 47% from two. I hate betting on teams below 50. I just hate it. And Illinois State's only had 2 home games, but they've been balling out at home. You can see that. So, and It's Coastal Carolina plus 11.5. Why is the spread so high for Illinois State at home? I don't know. I'm not going to find out. So we're going to pass on that. Now we could move on to the last group of games. All right, last group is going to be 12 games, and we're going to go ahead and jump into these. First game is going to be George Washington versus McNeese, and damn, that's a lot of green. That's a lot of green. Holy, that's green everywhere except for turnovers for George Washington. That is crazy. There's no clear. I mean, they're so good. Like, who do we take here? Nothing. There's nothing to take. They're both. Yeah, damn. Sometimes it's all red. Sometimes it's all green. So Charleston versus Yale. Yale's number 4 from 3 versus 329. There's something. 162 209. That's not bad. Um, maybe Yale if I get plus points. That'd be nice. Let's see if I can get that. Yale. -6.5. It is in the Virgin Islands, so who's going to be more focused on the game versus having a nice little holiday? I feel like the people at Yale might be a little more focused on things just because of what they got to do every day for their schoolwork. So, but 6.5 though, oh man, let's do it. I'm feeling the Yale. I'm feeling the Yale. Let's go. -6.5. Ain't no vacation for Yale. They're busy. They got work to do. So let's go ahead and do that. Oh, we can get rid of that game too. Boop. Oh, we got to go UNC Greensboro now. So which is going to be right there. Terrible team. Looks like they're 0-5, 0-2 at home. They've lost 5. It's in Jacksonville facing Youngstown, who is actually decent offensively. Youngstown for sure can score. They can't stop nothing. 42 from 3, and they're shooting 36. Yeah. Yeah. Youngstown, 5.5. I'll rock with Youngstown. Is neutral site too? Absolutely. Us. Okay, we got them. We can move on from that. Let's head over to, we got UConn up next. Of course, they're playing a team called Bryant. And if you want to take that, you know this is going to be a big ass spread. Oh, it is right here. I got on my screen. 36.5. Yeah, I'm good. Thanks. I'll move on from that. DePaul is up next. Detroit Mercy is not good. DePaul is decent defensively, but that's all I'm really seeing here. Nothing is truly standing out. So I don't. No, I can't. I'm not sure. No. Well, let's look. It's in Chicago. DePaul. What's your line, DePaul? It is 20. Yeah, no, I'm good. Thanks. I ain't paying 20 for that. Boston College versus Tulane is up next. The worst 3-point team in the country is Boston College. The worst 3-point defense is Tulane. That is hilarious. They're facing each other. How are you two doing? That is funny. Something's got to give. Something's got to give. Um, it's just something. I don't know. That's a just way nap right there. Western Illinois, North Dakota. North Dakota looks pretty decent. It is in Macomb. It's on the road. They don't look best on the road. They're shooting well below 50 all of a sudden. Yeah, I'm not vibing with that one. We got Marshall versus Mercyhurst. You can see that they kind of all cancel. There's nothing really standing out. Only thing is maybe Mercyhurst for 2, but nah, no clear cuts. No clear cuts. Middle Tennessee versus Murray. High score defense, high pace, fast game. I like this. Over potentially we get a good number. Murray. Where the hell's Murray? There's not so many games left. Murray. I guess type it in then. Murray. There we go. 162. Yeah, I'm gonna take that over because we're currently 181. It is 143, but the pace is gonna be so fast. I'm down. I'm down for this one. Over 162.5. Yep, sign me up for that one. Let's go ahead and keep moving to how many we got left? 3? Yeah, Evansville. That's gonna be a pass. I'm gonna say right now. Evansville 8. Akron. Also very fast, high scoring game. Evansville's kind of slow though. That makes it a little different. And it's also Virgin Islands. You could take that. I am getting real tired of nothing but all these neutral sites today. Like, what am I supposed to do? Ooh, buddy, first home game though. Hey, you've been beat up for 5 games, and all of a sudden you're fast too, and now you get to come home. I hope they get a win. I hope they do it. I ain't gonna find out, but we might see next time that name pops up. They did win. Winthrop though, I don't know. And lastly, Davidson versus Utah State. Everything's kind of the same. I'm good there. So overall, I think how many plays did I have? Let's look. I added 2 in that group right there. Let's move them up. Get rid of that group. I ended up on the day with a whopping 10 plays. 42 games, 10 plays. I think that's good. I think we can rock with that. So tomorrow is Monday. Let's see what Monday's schedule brings us. We have 11 a.m. games. Come on, really? I got shit to do in the morning. Ugh. This will be the first video tomorrow then because NBA and NHL are this early. So and NFL's a night game. So look at the slate. It's bigger than I thought. What? Whoa. Okay. Bama, Gonzaga. Good God, Bama. You just playing every top team you can find. That is crazy. Where's this game going to be at? MGM Grand. That's in Vegas, right? Isn't that in Vegas? Yeah, it's in Vegas. The hell? Okay, sure thing. Arizona's playing. Michigan's playing. What else games? This is crazy for a Monday. Auburn's playing Oregon. Illinois is playing. Okay. Okay. Houston's playing the Qs. Iowa State, St. John's. And Michelob Ultra. They're just playing in a beer. Okay. Notre Dame, Kansas. How is this Monday so stacked? This is a stacked ass Monday. Oh my God. Anyways, I'm done. Appreciate being here. Drop a like, subscribe. If you want the place typed out, you want access to the spreadsheets, you got to go to Better Bay, the new site. You got to go check it out. That's where you sign up. If you're a member, you can log in from there. It's all there for you though. So go check that out. Other than that, I appreciate being here. Let me know what you're playing. Agree, disagree. Let me know. And I will see you tomorrow for this stacked ass Monday slate. See you then. Peace.